Just because I disagree with you, don't think I'm not listening. There is a certain point, though, where certain things can be said, and I am going to shut my mind. I'm going to shut my ears, because there are certain things people have said, not necessarily just my friends, but just it's the way. Maybe it's the way it's said, or it's what's said, that you're gonna for when you're dealing with me. You're going to lock me out, and that's just the way I am. But for anything else, if I'm disagreeing with you, it might not be that I'm disagreeing with you on the principle of what you're saying, or the logic of what you're saying, or the fact that what you're saying has a purpose or has a place. Usually if I'm disagreeing because on an opinion thing, not necessarily a fact thing, but on an opinion thing, because your opinion works for you and it works for 100 other people or 1,000 other people. It doesn't fit into my life at all. It doesn't work for me. I've already got a system. My system works for me, and just because everybody else does it differently doesn't mean that I'm going to change. But it doesn't mean I'm not listening either. And it doesn't mean that I might not adopt some principles of your opinion. Or it doesn't mean that at some point my life changes and now the opinion that we are debating on fits into my life. So don't think I'm not listening just because we don't agree. But there are certain key phrases, not really key phrases, there are certain things that have been said to me in the past that have got me to shut down. I'll give you 2 examples just to give you an idea of what's going to just turn me away. I was going to a 401k seminar at work. I don't have a 401k. I've never had one. I don't know, some of you guys are going, what? It's my life, okay? I'm not asking you to pay my bills, so don't worry about it. But I still don't have a 401k. I didn't when the seminar was going on. I was 39 years old when I went into the seminar. It was at work. They had switched companies that we do 401ks with. My friends were encouraging me to go to this so that I'd finally get a 401k, blah, blah, blah. The woman starts off the class with, if you're 40 years old and you don't have a 401k, you're stupid. And I'm there thinking, well, I'm 39. And the rest of the class, I really didn't care what she had to say. I listened just to see if I could learn anything. And then afterward, I asked her a bunch of questions she couldn't answer because I really don't think she knew a whole lot about finances and investment. But for the rest of the class, my mind was set that I don't really care. She's not going to right the ship. Although I did give her the benefit of the doubt, and no, at no point did she right the ship after that. Another example is there was a young snot-nosed instructor who's never actually had to employ a firearm in self-defense, not in the military, not in the police or whatever, but he was on a YouTube show, and he was talking about what it's like to be a firearms instructor, and he says, yeah, I got to break all these people of their bad habits. He goes, one time I had a student who said, I don't need to learn this. Everything I needed to learn about using a handgun I learned in the Marine Corps in 1963. In which case, this guy just decided to berate the student or berate the person and say, your stuff is outdated and you that was then, things have changed, blah, blah, blah. And my instant thought was, dude, this guy's old enough to be your dad. Pay him some respect. Secondly, he learned how to use a handgun in the Marine Corps in 1963. What are the odds that he might have actually had to use it in combat in Vietnam? And you still haven't used a gun in self-defense. But yet you're going to tell him how to live his life? It's statement like those statements from those people that are the kind that get me to shut down. So those are the times, I guess, where I'm not listening. Or I'm listening, struggling to hear you say something to fix it. To fix how you opened your statement, how you opened your whole conversation. But otherwise, though, guys, if I'm not agreeing with you, just understand, for the most part, I am listening. I really am. And it doesn't mean that I might not change my mind or change some things about my opinion at a later point. Thanks for listening.